Okay, welcome back. The purpose of this video is to get you up to speed on the update system inside our content management system. As you likely know, updates are the bread and butter of any subscription-based website. Here we're scrolling through some of our existing updates that we have posted on the site. Let's talk quickly about how you access the media once it's been pushed into an update. So an update is composed of a collection of images and one or more videos. You can see this update has 3 videos, this update only has 2 videos and 27 images. Now we allow users to stream the movies, you can download the movie, you can download a zip file of all the images that are made up of the update, or you can bounce into the gallery and just look at the images online. Now our gallery is really cool. It has some neat features like allowing you to sort the images randomly, and every time you do it, it should resort the images in a random way, which is actually helpful when looking at adult content. It mixes it up and keeps it fresh. So if you click on an image, we can either use the arrow keys and go through each of the pictures, or you can use the mouse wheel. On mobile, you just swipe, takes you right through each of the images. And if you notice that it seems like the images can come off the web server incredibly fast, it's because we have a caching system. Every time you're looking at one picture, we preload the following picture. So in the split second that you're looking at this image, we've already downloaded and decompressed the next image. So it makes for a very responsive gallery system. Okay, close that. Now, first thing we need to do is head into the admin section and upload the movie. We're just going to use one movie for this particular update. Click on upload. And this is actually a good time to talk about Handbrake. If you're not familiar with Handbrake, you may just use Adobe Premiere, or on the Mac, maybe use iMovie to do your video editing. Handbrake is a free piece of software, and in my opinion, it's the best video compression software in the entire world. It has the ability to make the highest quality file at the lowest file size of any software I've ever used. So even if you're editing in Premiere, I recommend that you output your movies from Premiere as fairly large, lightly compressed movies, which are going to make for really big file sizes. The downside is those take a long time to upload. I would then quickly bounce the file into Handbrake, and with some settings, you can get it to output a super nice file at a very small size. So for example, the video that we shot here today was nearly 1 gigabyte, it's 882 megabytes. Once I ran it through Handbrake, it came out at 80 megabytes. So it literally made it 10 times smaller than the original file was. So I could actually dedicate a whole video just to how to get the most quality out of Handbrake, but you should download it and check it out. It's an incredibly useful resource. So back here on our Uploads tab, let's drag Tawny Workout in here and start our upload. Okay, so that's cranking away. Now, you can open more tabs and do things on the website while this is uploading, but right now if you were to click admin, that's going to close this page and stop the upload. So you have to be careful to do things like right click, open a new tab. That way we can carry on doing things while this upload is still happening here in the background. But if you close this tab before the upload finishes, you effectively killed the upload. So just be mindful of that. Back here now we can head into a new area, the Updates Editor. So we only have a handful of updates on our demo site here. Let's create a new update called Tawny's Workout. Create update. Okay, so now we're here in the Updates Editor. Pretty simple to use. You can come down here and put a title in. Tawny's Afternoon Workout. Some description text, and we actually prepared some ahead of time. So let's just copy this, paste that right in there. Keywords. flexibility and yoga. That's kind of silly, but you get the idea. You separate them with spaces. So we can set the price if we're going to sell this piece of content individually. So subscription members of the site are going to be able to download this content as part of their subscription. But you're going to have about 10 to 1 free members, folks that have signed up on the site, but chosen not to opt into a monthly subscription. You can still sell the content directly to them, and here's where you set the price for that. You can set the go live date, so you can queue updates up ahead of time. So if you wanted this update to be released on the 28th, you just set that date, and at midnight on that date, the update will automatically go live. If you set it to today, it will be live immediately. So this switch allows you to enable and disable updates. Sometimes, for whatever reason, you might want to take it offline. If you want to force it to be a free update, allowing any of your free members to download the update, you're welcome to do that. And then Mirror to Dark Cloud is the feature that allows you to have this content automatically replicated into the Dark Cloud storefront and placed for sale at the same price that you specify it here. So this is great because the rev share split is exactly the same whether you sell the content in the CMS or you sell the content at darkcloud.com. But by simply turning this on, in the middle of the night, this update will be replicated and posted in the movie section over on Dark Cloud. So I'm not going to get into how we add models in this video, but there's a section in the admin where you can create new models, which are the folks that you're shooting with. So you can click on one. Let's say, well, actually, Tawny is the one in this video. So let's remove Vanessa. So Tawny is the only model that's in this video. We haven't created any photographers yet. Let's go create one. So I created a new tab, photographers. Let's add a new photographer. And Ken Burns, he's our star photographer. Okay, so you can add as many photographers into the list as you want. That way you can give them credit should you choose to. Come back over here. Let's close that tab. And if we save changes, Ken shows up in the list after it refreshes. So Ken is our photographer. These categories reflect what categories this content will be posted in the storefront, should you allow it to be mirrored up to the storefront. So that's everything in terms of getting the text. We call this metadata, getting the metadata ready for this particular update. Save changes. Bounce over to upload media. So here we can upload all the image files that we want to be part of this update. So you can either hit add files and get the conventional file dialog box, or you can drag the files on. Let's go to our images folder. And this collection of images isn't the best because typically you would upload one photo set of all the same thing. So this is kind of a random hodgepodge collection of images, but for our demonstration purposes, it'll work. So let's grab about that many, drag them on there, and start upload. So as it uploads them, it will watermark it with that image. Again, in the admin site settings area, you can determine whether or not it's going to apply that watermark as the images are uploaded. So we can scroll this list and see it's knocking them out one at a time. Now back over here, our video is finished uploading. So now if we go to the videos tab, it has already finished processing. So we can just check it real quick. Yep, sure enough, plays instantly. Okay, great. We can close this tab, we're done with it. And it looks like all of our images have uploaded, and you can see the teeny little watermark down there in the corner. Now, to add a video to this post, we just click the Add Videos button. And here is the chronological list of the videos we've uploaded to the site. Pick Tawny's video, select, and now we have one video and however many pictures this is, 24 pictures assigned to this update. So we're almost done. We can, if you can optionally add and remove pictures all you want. You can click the checkbox, delete a few pictures, decide to add a few more. When you're done, have it build the zip file. All right, the last step in preparing a new update for the site is to prepare the layout preview images. So these are the images that are going to show up on the updates page as a preview for either folks to buy the update if they're a free member, or view and download the update if they're a premium member. So here's our interface for laying them out. We have two buttons here on the side, full size and half size. Unless you're running a very high resolution monitor, as you add rows of images to your preview, this starts to get a little difficult to work with. So we added the ability to scale everything to half size so that we can better manage them all on the screen. So the first thing we want to do is pick what our banner image is going to be. What's the primary image that we want to show for this update? So typically you want to pick a landscape image, but if you happen to pick a portrait image, we will go ahead and render out a custom background for you. So this is actually a landscape picture now with a nice drop shadow and a gradient back there. And if we go to the updates page, that's what you get. So even though we prefer that you use landscape images for the banner image, you can actually choose to use a portrait image. Here's another example where we used a portrait image, and it still makes for a nice presentation. Now, when you're logged into the site as an admin, it says edit here right next to every update. So that's a quick and easy way for you to go back and go right to that update and edit it once more. So we go back to layout preview. Now let's go ahead and add a landscape 3 as a second row of preview images. And all we have to do is start dragging our images up there. And see, that one's not quite the right aspect ratio. But let me back up. Let me drag a new landscape picture up there. So there's landscape. Here's another landscape pic. And one last one. Okay, so without any additional changes, if we go back to updates now, you'll see that that's our preview banner pic. And here we have one set of landscape 3 images. So if we want to add another row, go back here. Let's add a portrait 3. So now we get another row of preview images, all in portrait aspect ratio. So if we come in here, we can drag this portrait image, this portrait image, and this one. So now if we go back to updates, we have portrait images and landscape images. So let's go ahead and delete this row and just keep it back to here. All we have to do is go back and edit it, go here, and delete this row. Gone. Now, when we go to updates, there's our preview text. We have one movie. We have 24 images we can download. And here are our 3 additional preview images. I encourage you not to put too many preview images in your updates, as I think it takes away from the value of it. People can see too much of your update, and I think it reduces the conversion rate on folks that are willing to pay for it. Now that we've finished setting up the update, the last thing that you're probably going to want to do is to send out new update notifications. So if you click this button, it prompts you and says, are you sure you want to do this? We'll pass on doing it for right now. But as a quick overview, the CMS offers 3 different forms of notifications that we can send out to users. There's email, SMS text, or push notifications. Now, in order to get hooked up for push notification to your phone, the user must log in to the website from their phone, where the site, when they come to this page, will then ask them for permission for them to receive push notifications from this website. It's impossible for us to wire it up from the desktop and have it sent to their phone. They physically have to log into the site from their phone and then choose push notifications. here's the list of the different event types that we send out, and based on how they have their settings set, determines which method that we'll use to send the notifications. So thanks very much for watching.